Topo Athletic is committed to lifelong health and better movement. Topo builds running shoes for those who get out there every day, regardless of weather, speed, energy, or mood. Their distinctive fit and feel combines instinctive human movement with modern performance and lightweight comfort to help you keep going, keep trying, and keep moving. Discover the Topo difference and step into a run experience unlike any other.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to our Fireside chat. Aum is in the process of getting us live on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, as well as through Instagram. Today, we're going to be talking to a longtime friend of Run, Try, Bike, Kenneth Pinckney. He was one of our first How It All Started a couple of years ago. And I'm going to put it mildly to say that he had a really big impact on myself and Aum with his vibrancy and his love of living, and how this guy came to be from living out in South Carolina and joining the Navy without knowing how to swim. And then all of a sudden he's in San Diego running ultras. And Kenneth's been through some trials and tribulations with his health lately, and we'll talk to him about that. He's also written a book that we'll dive into a little bit as well as we get going and get him on this live. Regardless of what platform you're watching us from, again, whether that's Facebook, whether that's Instagram, whether that's we'll dive into a little bit as well as LinkedIn or YouTube or Twitter, please ask questions of Kenneth, make comments. We can see them and we'll be able to address them with Kenneth. And so without any further ado, I'll allow Aum to bring him on and introduce Kenneth.
Man, it's awesome that we could do that. We really need to find a round of applause effect for that, man. Welcome to the show, Kenneth. It's good to have you on, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be on. Definitely. I appreciate it a lot. To be part of this. Yeah.
It's been a few years since you wrote your How It All Started story for our platform. And I tell you what, man, the vision of you, that black and white picture, smiling big, will never leave me. It's like in tough times, I always remember that. And we kind of got connected back then through Live, Run, Boundless. So explain to the audience what Live, Run, Boundless is and what it means to you.
Live, Run, Boundless. It's just to be balanced and run, be balanced in life. No matter where you're from, your age. No matter the things you went to, it just overcoming it. Yeah. And running has been a big part of that. It allowed me to give them the platform to do that. And sharing people's story, the process, the journey, or get to where they are in life, Yeah. So, yeah. And so no boundaries, no boundaries in running, And so no boundaries in life.
Yeah. I think one of the things that struck me the most about your story back then was the idea of living, without boundaries. But this idea, like, here's this dude who's joining the Navy, who doesn't know how to swim, right? You think of Navy, you think of swimming. And so that's just a great example of how you overcome boundaries that are placed on you. What did learning how to swim and going through that process in the Navy set you up for in the future? And how do you look back on that today and still leverage that stuff for your life?
It was a humbling experience, going through Navy, being 31, I know how to swim, when being one of the older person in boot camp, but it took me a while, starting in the kiddie pool and 3 feet pool, and then I went to 5 feet, back to the 12 feet, 5 feet, and it were desperate times. Yeah, so, but no, it just at the right time, it kind of got to work out, finally click, it took me a while to get it, and so, but I feel like it was meant to be, but because I stick with it, they didn't give it up. It allowed me the journey to move forward in life. And it give the opportunity to be here right now. That was because of that, because I didn't and give up. Yeah. So yeah, definitely, and to stick with it. And willing to do to put myself to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually brings me to like I want to dive into the
Yeah.
book, which is
Yeah.
the biggest
Yeah.
thing obviously is like
Yeah.
the book which I got right here. I'm working through it, The Hills We
Yeah.
Climb.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a quote on the
Yeah.
front of this book that you say a lot. And even when you're like sending me messages for my race, you say enjoy the journey. So
Yeah. Yeah.
love it, hate it, embrace it.
Yeah.
You embrace that journey of like
Yeah.
learning how to swim, being part of the Navy. So talk a bit
Yeah.
about what it means to love it, hate it, and embrace it.
Oh man, it's a mantra that I started when I was out running, running the trails, running with the groups. I saw Big Y. We need to run a lot of hills, still run a lot of hills, and I know it's just something that just came about. I don't know how that happened. Just like sometimes you like the hills, sometimes you be loving it, sometimes you be hating it, but you embrace it. When you get to you embrace the climb, and when you get to that peak, it's a beautiful thing. So just like in life, sometimes you love in life, sometimes you hating it, but just it was just to really get to a situation, and and overcome the certain situation is a beautiful thing, and just um, growing up at home, sometimes be hating it, sometimes loving it, but at the end, just to learn the lesson from the things I went through in life, um, yeah, from that I'm guess I'm grateful for going through these things, they having to come better. Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
oh
yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead.
I was going to ask, like, like you go,
yeah,
everybody goes through difficulties in life,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
so what's the thing about you that makes you say, I'm going to be grateful for that, as opposed to turning negative to it, right? And having like a negative response to life.
I think my spiritual aspect of my life, on my faith, um, and just really just loving people, and understanding the situation, maybe what the person going through, and why they went through it, going through, or why they do what they do, Um, yeah, so and not to have hate, or wherever, yeah, it just yeah. I got a great example just with my sister, Yeah, in a book, the struggle of my sister growing up as kids, even adult, but just understanding what she went through. And right now we got a better relationship, I mean, yeah, because she able to get the help that she did, she able to get that help, you know, yeah, so yeah, 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 but not easy. Not easy to forgive, not easy to love, especially when maybe you feel like you be done wrong, or whatever, And so yeah, but it's just learning to love, forgive, Yeah, but it take a lot of work, a lot of it just really just yeah, uh, um, learning process. It was a hill I had to climb. Yeah.
Yeah, you in your book you called your relationship with your sister one of the steep hills you had to climb.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
for sure. And when I was reading that chapter, in fact, I just got through that
Yeah.
chapter
Yeah.
talking about you and your relationship with your sister, which at
Yeah.
times bordered on like abusive in certain ways.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just floored by how you went through those struggles, but you exuded that forgiveness and
Mhm.
you exuded empathy in her situation and
Mhm.
what she was going through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just seeing that, like the way you embraced forgiveness,
Mhm.
and how that kind of set you freeing away from those
Yeah.
emotions was just amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I agree for they forgive. Sometimes I had to step away. I think take me leaving home for that to happen. Also, to leave at home, and just so Rama said with the right people that helped me out in life. Yeah, and just and being on like a spiritual journey also in my relationship. Come on, I'm a man of faith. And yeah, so that got a lot to do with also. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so all of that would come into play. Yeah. So and learning from others also. Yeah.
It takes a special person
Yeah. Yeah.
to be able to turn the page, right? It
Yeah.
also it also takes a special person
Yeah.
to be fearless, and that's kind of what I see in you, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you come, um, you join the Navy, you don't know how to swim,
Yeah.
you move across the country, you
Yeah.
deal
Yeah.
like it seems like there's a lot of fearlessness there. Explain to me how that works, or if you would even use that word to describe yourself.
I don't say it fearless, maybe we're desperate. Yeah, I probably didn't want to go back home. Yeah, so I was willing to. I know it's kind of hard to say, fearless or just desperate or just willing to try anything, and just like on a book, you just making a move to New Orleans for Atlanta. Get the Greyhound bus, to New Orleans, working, and then in the shipyard, and I ain't got no been to work in the shipyard, but it was a guarantee. But I know I would just, man, it's kind of hard to say, fearless, that's been willing to put myself out there, and just, yeah, um, so yeah, you just, I feel like it was, I guess, looking back was meant to be the details, uh, of that, and that going through that, and maybe give other people hope, no matter the mistakes, you make. I look back on it, could have been a mistake, I don't know, so, but I feel like it was meant for a purpose, for a bigger purpose. Yeah.
Man, yeah, it really takes a lot. And there's a bit of like I think there's a bit of man man, I had a question in mind and I just blanked
Yeah.
out.
No worries, no worries.
I was and when you were talking, I was actually just thinking about one other component of the book.
Yeah.
And that was the one that struck an emotional chord with me was the chapter about you and your mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your relationship with your mom, like it struck me when it's like moms are always there for you. My favorite line of that was whether you're 8 years old or 28 years old, your mom will put a blanket on you, when you're going to sleep. It's just
Yeah.
like talk about your relationship with your mom. Obviously, she's no more, and you had a very, very close relationship with her, and it was probably the chapter that struck the most emotional chord with me because I'm very much close to my mom as well.
Yeah, my mom, she sacrificed a lot for me, also for my sister. Also, she sacrificed a lot for us. Um, yes, she part of the process allowed me to continue move on my journey. Just like when I first moved with Charlotte, North Carolina, and I've been. Uh, when I first got my apartment, and I was at 21, so she was there for me to co-sign for me, so yeah, she sacrificed her car to allow me to have till I get my car, she went without her car, and trying to get to work and things like that, so I could have some have a ride and then to get to work, and yeah, so and I needed money. She always saved money, that little that she had, and so yeah, and just why I come on and visit, or fall asleep on the couch. She put a blanket over me. Yeah, so yeah, yeah, and no matter how old I was, she was there, and for me, love me, and yeah, uh, so it's just definitely, um, I may miss that a little bit, but I'm grateful to have, uh, a mom that really just who made the sacrifice so that I could have, because she didn't have a lot, yeah, but well, with the little that she had, yeah, she gave to me that to help me in my journey, yeah. Yeah. And so when she passed away and she did with cancer, yeah, that was like that was tough, So yeah, um, and she tried to put up a tough, like, she tried to hide it, the pain, So my last few days just to spend time with her, I know it wasn't the same, and just yeah, I just could imagine the things what you were going to do, yeah, yeah.
Well, I've unfortunately have an experience exactly the same. I lost my dad to cancer. It was about 30 years ago, little
Yeah.
years ago. And the strength that they exuded before the
Mhm.
cancer and the pain that they're going through. And so um, I understand, and I
Mhm.
apologize for getting choked up about it because I'm thinking about your experience and my experience, and it's not easy to go through.
Mhm.
Um, Condolences to you and your family for the loss of your mom.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely, So anyway, well, it wasn't easy, at the time, but yeah, but I still remember that smile, I have a picture up, or get out that picture of her, her last round of chemo. I think it was last round of chemo, which she had the bell, So yeah, um, yeah. So I'm very fortunate to have been like the last week with her last week, spend it with her, and so. Oh, uh, yeah, so I'm grateful. And like I said in the book, I wish I could have spent more time with her for the Navy obligation. I was able to, but yeah, I just memories. Holding to the memories. Yeah. Mm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So anybody ask about the smile? I like to get the smile from my mom. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it is one infectious smile that you got there, man. Like every time you smile, it makes everybody else in the room smile.
Yeah.
So I wanted to pivot to
Yeah.
talking more about Live Run Boundless.
Yes, absolutely.
One of the things that you're really good at, besides having that infectious smile, is you have charisma as like a host. And seems like you have charisma at the opposite end too, as being the person who's being asked the questions. But like, you got a talent for this thing, man. And I just wanted you to talk about what it means to you to be able to interview people with Live Run Boundless and share their stories with the world.
Wow, man, that's a good question. I feel like I stumbled across it. I don't know. I mean, it just happened. It was a habit organically. I might say. Um, from one idea to another ideal. Um, as I think about it, reflect on it, it's crazy. How it happened. Just thought with a crazy ideal. Cause originally just thought with the apparel. It thought with like just come up with logo and all that. Yeah, I kind of know how it goes. And just I always got to get a shout out to Miss Erica Bass Cunningham, from the Y, who who caught me on video one day out in the trails, saying I love it, hate it, embrace it. And that I saw a video of myself on Facebook and just the idea of do something with that. And then one day to another, and then just sharing a little bit more in the store website and to reach out to different runners, local runners and share their stories. And it was a treat to share other people, talk about other people. It brought me joy to hear other people's journey in life. And sharing with the world. Yeah, and just reach and just put myself out there and reach out to other people who I don't know. And using social media to reach out different runners from from different places. It's just something I really had joy doing and love doing, and chatting with people and talk about the process, talk about the journey of how they got to where they at. So yeah.
So, just so you know, there, Adina O'Neill has given you a shout out on your smile too. So, dude, we're gonna have to plaster your face on more places at this point.
Okay.
But let me ask you this, man, because you've had some big guests on your show, and you've had Jamil on your show, and what's it like to just reach out to these people without knowing them and
I know.
And just doing it, right? Like there's so many people back. Like, you're just like, screw it. Here we go. Let's ask.
I don't know where I get that from. I don't know. I remember I reached out to Sally 2 times, and I had a pleasure to interview her 2 times. They did really great, down to earth people. And I decided to put myself out there. Hey, I let them know, hey, now I don't have a big, large following. But I'd love to have them interview them, get to know, and chat with them. So yeah, I just let the shit fall where it may. So yeah, definitely some gratitude, of the opportunity, that they allowed me to interview them, and you continue to reach out to different people. And the biggest joy I had was like last year, went to Western State and see them, some of them in person. And and see Jamal, seeing Sally in person for the first time, and a couple other people, and also showcase the San Diego running community. I'm biased, but the San Diego running community got the best. And one of the biggest joy just also have a Maggie Macatron run and Harry come down to San Diego maybe a couple years ago and help them be part of San Diego running community, and just to build a relationship. So hey, did I put myself out there, I guess now.
When are you more nervous, when you're asking them to join the show, or when you actually have to talk to them on the show?
Remember talking to them, like I get nervous. Maybe then when I get ready to go on Zoom or whatever. I don't have it done live yet, but just going on Zoom and just really hit that record button. Now, hope everything go all right. Hopefully, the recording go good. So, but we're in the conversation. It's good. Hope we had some good questions, had a good conversation. So.
I'm gonna pitch this. When are you gonna have us back? It's been a while, bro.
Oh, I don't know any. We gotta make it happen. I got to make it happen sometime this year, huh? Maybe have
we called you out, Kenneth.
Maybe have an in person. I'll come out here to Cali. Southern Cal. Jason. And we all could sit around table and just talk. Chat.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Just chat. See had a campfire or wherever. I don't know.
I'll be.
An actual fireside, you mean?
Yeah, Fireside, something like that. I know.
Fireside.
Yeah.
I'll be in LA a number of times this year, and I'll also be up in Lake Sonoma area, up in Gilbert.
Okay, so sound good. Sound good. Hey,
got some options.
Yeah, definitely. Cool, let it do it. Yeah. So definitely, yeah. But it's a privilege, It's definitely a privilege to just running something simple. I like something simple out running. Allow me to do what I'm doing. The people able to me just like y'all, and just able to connect with, and definitely just like I say, gratitude, for the opportunity that running had given me, how I've been like a transformation and evolve over the years, So yeah.
Man, I will say that talking about things that have happened over the years and even things that have happened since the last chat. It's amazing. Jason and I talk about this plenty often. We've talked about this too, but when we last had that chat on Live, Run, Boundless, you were talking about how you wanted to write a book, but you weren't sure. And to see you actually go through and do it and to get met, and not only that, to see you put yourself out there, like you said, and tell me like, hey man, I got my book not only in like Milestone, but I got my book at Barnes and Noble, which is where I got my copy from, by the way. It's from a Barnes and Noble.
Okay, awesome.
Is just awesome. So like, talk about like the process of like what changed from when we had that conversation last year to you putting your story out there, and what you would tell people who are afraid of taking that step.
Ooh, man, what changed since we had a conversation? What did change? I don't know. I got feedback from family members, about it. Also what you put out and shares, it just really get personal with things that happened as a kid, But realize it's my life, that other people probably could relate also. Um, and just not be all negative about what things that happen, but just really use as a way just for inspiration, and just as a learning curve or whatever, And so I just go with it, With basically why I do like last year or year before last, why I sat down at living room cafe with my plug, me and my wife. We sat down with the publisher and just talked, you know. And I look at my wife and say, "She like, okay, yeah, do it." So yeah, my wife gave me the go ahead. Yeah, she liked the publisher that we went with, and so it was like the right time, right moment, to put out there, and just and also just the conversation I had with people since I put my book in, who have read it, how they correlate, uh, even at my work, share with some of the veterans who read it, and how much, uh, they correlate, and so um, yeah, it's just right timing, it's just on the right moment, sometimes you just gotta put, just put yourself out there and just see what happens, Yeah, well, I'd love to have a New York Times bestseller. Yeah, that'd be great if I had a New York Times bestseller. That'd be awesome. But like for me, it's just conversation with people and just the feedback I got from the people, for friends or strangers, who's who could relate or who have been impacted by what I share. Yeah.
Man, let me say this. There is no way in your time on this earth you've ever met a stranger. There's no way. There's no way. Your personality is not one that's going to be like, I'm not talking to that person.
Okay.
You're going to talk to everybody, right?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to, yeah, definitely, yeah, and so, yeah, I mean, I got this just a couple weeks ago, the gentleman on Instagram, after blue, he kind of, I guess he shared on his Instagram media or wherever, about the book, and I kind of like I don't know him. I started to reach out to him, say thank you, and I asked him how he found out about the book. He mentioned that about a class. I guess he was from Iowa, and just I guess went in the class and just I guess somebody had like I sent a shout out about the book or whatever, something like that. I know. Yeah. So I knew who the person was, but yeah, I found out about the book from somebody else. Well, I really don't know. Yeah. So
Do you know where the furthest away from San Diego somebody has purchased your book from?
I know. I'm talking about publisher. I know for like it's in the Connecticut country. I know it's a UK or something like that. I forget exactly.
No way. That's awesome.
Yeah, because my publisher said that you got the book that you could go like I got about or wow anyway that sell a book online or wherever in the bookstores. Said she got to work out like that. So I'm grateful to have a publisher. I mean some people got self published, but I think I've been needing a publisher to help me out. So yeah, I could have done self published, but I'm grateful that
Could you ever have imagined that somebody in the UK would be reading a book by Kenneth Pinckney?
No, I mean just having a book period. I mean I want to kind of imagine, So yeah, the UK or the other places, yeah. So very, yeah, I mean, I don't think about a whole lot. What I do think about what I do think about it, it's just like, yeah, it's beyond my wildest imagination. I like to say, I mean, as I think about this journey, so far, it's beyond my wildest imagination for the opportunity that I get, and so how Run has been a platform to for this to happen, So yeah, yeah. So Run has been the platform for me to do this, So and just able to just connect with people, and have who I would not know, because if it wasn't for running, you know. And so, or because I failed at something that allowed me to be here right now. you know, but the process to that, the process, the the 10, 9, 8 years process to that, it just and I line up to that, yeah, can I imagine, can I imagine, yeah, yeah. So. For that gratitude, and I feel like it just maybe it was meant to be. yeah.
So what comes next for you? You've got a book.
Yeah. Oh, what come next, man? What come next? Just talking to my wife, taking the show on the road. I hope we do a book tour. Go to different places. And maybe writing out a book. Who knows? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff we're running. Hopefully, I just talking to some resources, some people. Who what more I could do with running, how way different ways I could serve in the run community, and give it back, because that for running had given me so much over the years, and just able to give back, and definitely that one of the things I want to do to give out of service to, being a service to others and those are running to do that, yeah, yeah. So rather be a coach, who knows? Rather be a race director, who knows? But we will see.
Love it.
Yeah. We will see. So I'm so grateful that I got the support, and just the people that come across that I can learn from, that I could be help to me. So yeah, and just as I seek inspiration for others, so I could be, hopefully, can be inspiration, and as I seek inspiration for others, I could be an inspiration to others. I hope if I'm saying that right. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things that we mentioned a few times in this chat is just like your gratitude.
Yeah, yeah.
It comes up in the book a few times, not only in like you mentioning like your mindset, but also in like the images that you paint, like of your childhood, of like playing basketball, of like the warm blueberry jam, and like the sunrises, and it brings me back to the minimalist mindset that you mentioned in the book as well. So talk about like how that minimalist mindset helps you reach that level of gratitude.
The minimalist mindset. Oh man, that's a deep question, huh?
Yeah, you gotta save the deep ones for last, man. It's
okay.
You really paint a good picture of like those small, like those little moments.
The little
like,
moments, Yeah, all about the little moments. That sometimes add up to be big moments, I guess. As a little moment that you sometimes forget about. Yeah, or just or playing basketball all day. During the summertime, growing up as a kid. Just spend time with my grandma. And just the food, and just things you need to cook, or whatever, or it's just simple stuff like this past couple of days, being out in the mountains, and just seeing the sunrise, seeing the sunset, yeah, Yeah, just then I bring joy, Yeah, so yeah. It didn't make sense. Yeah, it's yeah, yeah. There's the little details, and just taking time to just be still, and just being a present moment. Every achieve goals, every goal. Okay, we got things we want to achieve, things we want to go for. Not to forget about the small things in life. Yeah, yeah. So hopefully that answers the question.
Well, I will say that when that image of
Yeah.
course, like I didn't grow up in the South. I didn't grow up on the
Uh,
East Coast. So
yeah.
like that image of like the
Yeah.
warm blueberry jam like made
Yeah.
my mouth water. Literally. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
about to head to the kitchen and
Yeah.
figure out
Yeah.
how I can make this at home. So
Yeah.
it was like that was the one that stuck with me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Small things and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. The homemade biscuit or the fruitcake. How about the fruitcake? How the homemade fruitcake that make your mouth water into you? The fruitcake,
Totally, man.
my grandma's Sally fruitcake, Yeah, yeah. So like my grandma's Sally fruitcake. Oh yeah, okay. Your wife
Hey
could
man,
do better.
have you ever had hot water biscuits?
Yeah, I know I had
No.
hot water. It was hot water biscuit. I know I had homemade biscuit. With a hot water biscuit, maybe hot water biscuit. But I know
So
I had homemade biscuit. Yeah.
like regular homemade biscuits tend to be more poofy, but
Yeah.
hot water biscuits, I had them in Texarkana one year with a buddy of mine, and they're a little thinner,
Yeah.
but man, they were so good. You throw a little fried green tomato in between.
Okay. Now we had that. Fried green tomatoes. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Man, we are heading into rapid fire territory now because we're going into the food questions.
Okay.
I will say though that we should have just driven right into the food questions because that would have been the smoothest transition into a rapid fire ever.
Okay.
But it's not a fireside chat without me without one having a rapid fire and two saying Jason, take it away, So are you ready for the rapid fire? It's I keep thinking you've been on this show before.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, the rapid fire.
Oh, the fiery embers. Yeah.
Fire.
So,
Okay.
Yeah,
so this will be technically your second one, but Jason's always got new ones in the like in the barrel,
Always have controversial food questions for you. So you ready, Kenneth?
Okay, yeah, let's go.
So since this is your first time on our fireside chat, pineapple on pizza, yay or nay?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a beautiful thing.
Oh no, let's move on. Next.
Have you tried before? Pineapple
No, I'm from New York. We don't put pineapple on pizza.
And it's a beautiful day. I love it.
Yeah, pineapple and ham, pineapple and pepperoni. Hey, there we go.
Or next, Oreos. Are you old school Oreo or are you a double stuffed Oreo?
Old school Oreo. I don't mess with Oreo no more. Because I hear about the stuff you could do with Oreos. But I go old school Oreo. But I don't. Yeah.
Red or black licorice, or no licorice at all?
Oh man. I like licorice sometime. Okay. Black.
Black licorice.
Yeah, black licorice. Yeah. Keep it strong.
We got a team pineapple person, fitness addiction planners. Nancy, I think, says yes, team pineapple.
Swipe left, out. Peanut butter or nut butter? Do you go creamy or crunchy?
Oh, I love crunchy, y'all. I love the crunch all day long.
All day long. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
Candy corn. Is candy corn a real candy or is it just earwax covered in sugar?
Oh man, I love candy corn as a kid. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, candy corn. Yeah.
Remind me, are you a gumbo person?
I eat gumbo. Yeah, I love some good gumbo. Yeah, I love some good gumbo. Also, but the part of Carolinas out front, we more like called Perlo. So it's not like gumbo. It's kind of like gumbo, but it's not. Perlo a little bit more drier. You like
Okay.
get chicken and rice and sausage, some ham hock, fat back, wherever chicken and rice, chicken and sausage and rice, the main thing. But we are like the fat back ham hock, cut up some onions. Yeah, so Google it, Perlo.
I will do that. But
or chicken bog.
Chicken ball. Okay, cool.
Perlo. Yeah. But I like
how spicy are you going? 1 to 10. 1 mild and 10 super spicy.
It's all dependent. What place you go to, girl. Everybody got a different. I don't like it. I knew you could do some really spicy, but I get up at age, you mess with your chest, And so, so maybe all depends where you at. Maybe a 5.
Yeah, all right, but now you're in San Diego, and you got burritos everywhere. Are you adding hot sauce to your burritos and getting it spicy, or are you just eating it the way they're serving it?
I add a little hot sauce to it, Yeah, when I first moved to San Diego, I was big. I need to eat burrito all the time, and man, I like burrito. So right now, I'm kind of like, take a burrito down a notch, Yeah. So yeah. So I eat burrito. So when I first got here, burrito all the time. But now I'm kind of like, I like different variety of food. Being same because San got like different cultures. I like my burrito. I like my Cadonian, or I hope I say that right. Like going to different cultures, around San Diego and embracing different cultures of food, Yeah.
They got Ethiopian cuisine out there?
Yeah, got Ethiopian. Yeah, they got I like my Ethiopian food. I like my my pho. I hope I'm saying the right
pho. Yeah, pho is good too.
Yeah, I love my pho. I love going to a little place in El Cajon where they got like the I want to say that Caribbean. I think it's Caribbean food, and I like international.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I love it. So
yeah,
if we're going to Ethiopian. What are you ordering? Because I'm telling you, I'm a lentils guy with injera all day.
I like every day. I like the part with you sit down, you eat with your fingers. I think. Yeah. Everybody share the same thing, and like a spongy. I know it's not bread, like a sponge thing, and you grab it, you eat the different selection of food, and with people. Yeah, so I like that.
Me too. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Hey, do you eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
Yeah, once in a while, peanut butter jelly, banana. Sometimes I like to fry my pizza. Sometimes once in a while, I fry peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
What do you mean? What do you mean you fry the peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
I got that because you said Elvis Presley was known for frying his peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and so I tried that a couple of times, like a fried, banana, peanut butter and jelly. I fry it. Yeah.
Like throw it in a deep fryer?
No, just on the pan, just a frying pan or whatever, just let it flip it and watch the peanut butter melt and jelly melt. Yeah,
nice.
Bit.
Oh, that actually sounds really good.
Yeah, or could put in between like a 20 toaster thing, or not George Foreman, but one of the other kind of thing like you.
Yeah, like a panini press type thing.
Yeah. Or whatever. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So when you cut your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, do you cut it so that you get 2 triangles, or do you cut it so you get 2 rectangles?
I don't cut it. I just see.
I'm not dirtying utensils, he says.
Cut it.
So if you're eating the sandwich,
you
take a big bite right out of the middle, or do you start?
That's a good question. That time I see you how I do it. Now I'll let you know. I mean, a little bit, just a little bit by a little bit, I guess. A little piece.
We have a couple answers going back to the PB and J. Nancy says like a fried Matt's bar, and Brian says grilled.
Grill. Yeah.
I'm intrigued by this concept now.
A fried Matt's bar.
Nancy's going definitely corner. I like Nancy. She's back in our good graces. Kenneth, do you eat red velvet cake? You like red velvet cake?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Bestly growing up the Southern red velvet cake, like growing up as a kid, we eat everything, I mean, red velvet, jelly cake. And I never had jelly cake. My grandma Sally, I want you to make good fruit cake, but my grandma Sally busted so you need to cook some good jelly cake. Oh man, like
what's jelly cake?
Jelly, like the jelly in the cake, like it's 3 layers or 2 layers, like a layer.
Oh, okay,
like,
yeah.
You put the jelly in between the layers, like like jelly. Yeah, like grape. No, not like that white grape jelly. Whatever.
Yep.
Oh, that's good stuff. Ooh.
What's the last thing you had a craving for? And I'll tell you mine. Last night, I was sitting on the couch watching TV, and I wanted a piece of that like cake you get at the grocery store, like with that chocolate icing on it. I just had a craving for that last night.
Last time I had a craving for, I mean, once I would crave for the popcorn once in a while.
Yeah.
Like the kernel where you pop in on the pot or over the stove, like you pop it yourself on the stove. Yeah, so.
And you go popcorn before potato chips or potato chips before popcorn?
Oh, popcorn before potato chips. Yeah,
you're back into good graces now. You can eat on pizza as long as you're taking popcorn over potato chips.
Nancy says velvet cake. Nancy says velvet cake is all marketing.
She's right. It's nonsense. It's chocolate cake with red food dye.
Yeah. I heard that before, but hey, it's all good, hey, it's still good.
Just give me cake.
Yeah. So a lot of foods die.
Last question. You can only eat one meal for the rest of your life. What's in that one meal?
Oh my goodness. Oh man. One meal for the rest of my life. That's a hard one. Oh man. Gumbo, I guess.
I'll make you laugh. I asked this question of Jennifer Comfort a few months ago, and the only answer she could come up with at the time was wheat thins. Could you imagine wheat thins for the rest of your life?
Oh my goodness.
That's still an iconic answer.
Of all the hard questions we asked, I didn't think that would be the one.
Oh wow.
We have to put a slide together because I want to see back-to-back Jennifer Comfort wheat thins, and then the next slide is Kenneth just yelling gumbo.
Right now, for me, it would be Spam with peas and carrots over rice.
Okay.
I would eat that meal every day for the rest of my life, and I haven't eaten meat in about a decade.
Oh wow. Okay. That's cool.
Hey man, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Your
Appreciate
smile
it.
is infectious, and I know we've gotten comments about it. So keep doing what you do. Keep inspiring.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you for allowing me to be on your show, and just able to take part in this. So definitely just like I say, grateful for the opportunity.
Appreciate you, brother. Have a good night.
Okay, yeah, too.